Ayo, lovelies, it is I, myself, Kid V, with the heart of thunder, with the main shooter, Monty Aries. You know who it is, it's the guys you love, it is the neighborhood. Alright, here we go!
Yeah, hey, it's all good in the neighborhood. Hey, break bread in the neighborhood. Hey, lunch stays in the neighborhood. Shoot shots all day in the neighborhood. Yeah, hey, it's all good in the neighborhood. Hey, break bread in the neighborhood. Hey, lunch stays in the neighborhood. Shoot shots all day in the neighborhood.
Ayo, lovelies. It is I, myself, Kid V, and beside me is my co-host, my tag team partner, my brother, Monty Aries.
Yes, sir. How we doing, man?
We're doing fantastic.
We're in a new spot.
We are. We are.
Yeah.
That's it's definitely different.
Yeah.
But I'd say I'm doing all right.
Where's the joke, bro?
But unfortunately, we have been going through some stuff. We just found out my grandfather has an addiction. He's addicted to Viagra. Now, he's taking it, it's pretty hard for him. It's actually really hard for him. But I don't think anyone's taking it harder than my grandmother.
Is he serious?
Welcome to the pod.
That was wild.
That was pretty good.
That was a roller coaster right there, wasn't it?
Good setup.
I was confused.
Of
I was
course.
confused.
I'm not surprised.
But yeah, anyways, I am Monty Aries. This is Jason Vaughn.
Ayo.
But you're like, who's this guy right next to him? Mm-hmm. Who's this man right here? Ladies and gentlemen, making his debut. Why did you not put it all the way up?
I put that one up. Okay.
Making his debut to the neighborhood pod. Joshua Burpee, baby.
Glad to be here.
About time.
Hell yeah, bro.
Yeah, it's about time.
I mean, he rain checked us last time.
And we had to deal with what?
This guy over here.
Hey.
Watered down burpee.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that statement?
We're going to do this again?
Do we want to talk about your feelings?
No, I don't do that.
Okay. Jason. Good to have you.
Try Josh.
That's what I said.
What did you just wait? Oh, you messed up?
Because it's Jason.
Don't disrespect my mans like that. Listen, this guy right here is the mother-loving man, bro. You know why? Because this guy is a man of many talents. He's a musician. He's serving the military actively right now for our country. A fire DJ. And most importantly, a party animal. Josh, now talk to us a little bit, man. Tell us about what started everything for you when it came to making music.
Man, I mean, it was kind of so like when we were growing up, we have a lot of people in our family that are like in music, like now, like music teachers, all that stuff. So our parents forced all three of us into music as kids. So I grew up playing saxophone and hated it until I was in like high school. And then one day I just woke up and started like, enjoying it. And then I walked into his room at my parents' house and I was like, dude, show me how to play something on guitar. So I sat down. What did you teach me? Was it something by the Cranberries, I think?
So, yeah, that's when we were going to play that show for Drew. And I was like, yo, I need a guitarist because I don't play guitar and sing at the same time because I'm lame. So it was Linger by the Cranberries.
Yeah,
That's
okay.
what it was.
Yeah.
Very simple chord progression.
That's wild. That's crazy. Cool, man. So we're going to dive deep into all of that. We're going to get into the roots. We're going to talk about y'all growing up, hopefully. And we're going to learn more about Josh over here, guys. But before we even hit the transition, we have to acknowledge that today is what? Hump Day! Yes, sir.
That was beautiful.
Yeah, that was good.
How did we manage that?
It's Friday.
It's shush.
This gets pre-recorded. This is dropping Wednesday.
Yeah.
Oh, Yeah, you should have just told me that.
Hold on. There goes the magic.
No.
Yeah, the magic's gone.
We've always made it known that we never record the day of the drop. It's always either before or a couple days before. This guy. Anyways. All right. So how old is like Tyler compared to you? Are you the second oldest?
No, I'm the youngest.
You're the youngest. Okay. That like caught me by surprise when I saw all of Tyler's brothers. I thought
they all look almost identical.
Nah. I feel like you and Nick look a lot alike, and then you look like a spitting image of your dad.
Yeah, I get that a lot.
It is crazy. It is crazy. Like I saw that for the first time, and I was like, "Holy fudge, dude, that's crazy."
Yeah, I mean, like Josh said, like we've been hearing that the entirety of growing up. Like Nick and I are, aside from some minor differences in like facial features, like we're the exact same facial structure. And then Josh is like, it's there, but if you put him next to my dad, you can be like, definitely look at those two together.
Gotcha.
So where you grew up? Talk to us about it, my guy. This pod is all about you, sir.
Oh, nah.
Run it up, baby.
So I mean, yeah, I grew up here in Hooksett, well, a town over. Born and raised here. I didn't really we didn't have to like move or anything around as kids. So that's kind of just grew up. Had honestly our other brother Nick and Tyler, and just kind of like did my thing growing up. I didn't really do much. We didn't really have like the best relationship, like us like as brothers when we were growing up. It wasn't until probably like we all kind of got a little bit older that we realized like we're kind of just like ruining our relationships with each other, especially when like my dad was deployed. That was when we kind of like realized like, oh, maybe we should like, get it together and realize that we're family and don't actually really hate each other.
Makes sense.
Because that was kind of it. Growing up, it was just like a regular, well, for me, like what a regular kid was, just like outside, riding bikes, doing dumb stuff.
Yeah. So what were some of the biggest things when you were a kid growing up, like took up all your time?
All my time.
Were you a gamer?
Yeah, I mean that was like one of the first things. I was just like our dad like grew up in that era of all like the pop culture.
Yeah. Your dad's a big gamer, dude. Yeah. I was like, oh, so
Rager.
Yeah. Nah, yeah. I know where Tyler gets it from now.
We all have like we call like the burpee rage. It's like it's bad. Obviously, we got it from him, but he's a scary, scary man when he's playing Dark Souls.
That's funny, man. So your dad is into the wrestling too, but I don't think I feel like you're not as into it or like, passionate about wrestling. Has it always been like that, or did you have a phase of like being a wrestling fan?
And I definitely did as a kid. I think it was partly just like my dad wanted to share what like he likes with us like as kids growing up.
Oh, yeah.
Like he took us to like the SmackDown, like Thursday night SmackDowns and at the arena. And I liked it when I was a kid, but I grew up and just like my interests started shifting. So I was like a huge gamer growing up. Obviously from him, like playing like World of Warcraft and where like one of the first games I remember really playing was Fate. There's like a PC game that is like one of the first like roguelike kind of games. You just go into a dungeon and just like die over and over again and like buy better gear, go back in. So yeah, I was a huge gamer, and that kind of was my thing when I was a kid. And then as I started going through like middle school and into high school, I was like playing sports and stuff. Like I was forced into football for 8 years and I just didn't really like it. So come high school, I didn't do football, and then I wrestled for a couple of years, got injured, and I was like, I'm kind of done with the whole sports thing. One concussion was enough for me. It was
just one.
Yeah.
One concussion.
Yeah, no, it was enough for me. And then that was when, because I was in big band in high school. I walked into my band room one day, and my band director, she's like, you know how to play piano? And I was like, no, I have no idea how to play piano. She's like, we need one for our jazz band. And I was like, all right, cool. Like, I'll learn how to do that. So I think that was like my start to wanting to like become a better musician and learn more music.
Yeah.
And that was when I was like, hey, dude, teach me how to play guitar.
Yeah.
And then from there, it was just like I listened to a whole bunch of like smaller artists at that time. Like at the time it was like NF, like Logic was
I love
starting.
NF. Yeah.
Like Logic was starting to get onto his like more mainstream phase, and like G-Eazy, but he was still a little bit smaller. So I started taking that stuff and like writing my own songs and whatnot, and then it just kind of like, and it's kind of all a blur because I've been doing it for so long at this point.
Yeah.
it doesn't even like,
No, and that's good though, because you found your music passion like very early and like pursuing to like want to do that.
Yeah.
Like for me, I feel like it's funny because what was the first instrument you played when you did band? Because I did band when I was a kid.
Saxophone.
Too. Saxophone.
Yeah.
Okay. I did the trumpet, but I wanted to do the saxophone.
Yeah.
And then they didn't have a saxophone, so I had to do the trumpet. But then I fell in love with the trumpet.
Do you mind if I butt in?
Obviously, bro.
Okay, well, I won't then.
Go.
Oh, all right, my turn. So you did say you started with the saxophone, right?
Yeah.
And you said you didn't like it at all.
No, because I think it was like I say, I loved music. Like it's just like it's a universal thing. Like every culture in the world has some form of music. So we all love music, but I think it was the fact that I was kind of forced into it.
Yeah.
And that at first, for those first like 5-6 years, I was like, I was just doing it for like a credit, pretty much.
5-6 years. When did you start playing the saxophone?
4th grade.
So you were like 8 or 9 or 10.
Like eight.
4th grade, you should. Most
Eight.
people are like 11 or 12
Yeah.
Yeah.
in 4th grade.
What?
Yeah.
4th grade for what?
I think you stayed back a year. I was 9 in 4th grade.
Well, depending on your birthday and like school districts. I
but that's a
The crusty crab pizza just got here, gang. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Laura. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, she just came out with the food.
You probably can't see her on camera.
She probably could. Yeah.
You think so?
Yeah, because you get some of this right here.
Yeah, but you got it on cinematic. That usually blurs out the background.
Yeah, but they'll still see that somebody came in, bro.
Okay.
Yo, what is his issue today, bro?
He wants to
like
fight.
he's fighting me right now. Like
It's because you're where I should be. He always fights closest to him.
Yeah, that is true.
nah, like we probably should have thought about this seating arrangement for real. Yo, because y'all don't understand, bro. Like they was trying to out here like make me feel some type of way about Kid because I came in here and I was like, I saw Josh chilling right there on that couch. He was chilling like this.
Jesus Christ.
He was chilling like this. And I said, my boy, you know, give me some. Ah, you know what I'm saying? And then Kid got a little. You know,
I'm
jelly.
just saying you've never, ever come and greeted me like that.
We had to have a moment.
Yeah, bro.
It's been like the whole summer. Right?
Yeah, but-
I haven't seen this man in months.
I'm sorry.
I see you every morning.
No, you don't. Not every morning. Most mornings.
Every morning, bro.
Most mornings.
Every morning, bro. Every morning, like 1 or 2 mornings out of the months.
Yeah, that's not every morning.
It's
It's close enough.
truth. Yeah.
I mean, close enough and actual fact. I'm just saying.
It's not about you anyway. It's
I'd
not about you
appreciate
anyway.
a little bit
Anyways.
of appreciation.
Anyways. Where were we? Oh yeah, Laura came in with the
the
pizza.
pizza.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
And then she didn't say hi.
And then,
Crazy.
I was imagining Josh as a very sad but very good jazz playing saxophonist.
Which would make it perfect
no.
for the blues.
Terrible.
Right? Just
I was terrible at
Yeah.
sax.
Oh, that's really upsetting because
Yeah.
I just imagined a small child like absolutely killing it with tears running down their eyes.
Nah. I'm
Yeah.
surprised.
So I mean, to kind of jump in with Josh, the way that like Hooks It does like their education when it comes to like school, for music, right? Like you typically start like 4th or 5th grade. You get either pick an instrument or dubbed something. Like I played trumpet, he was saxophone. Nick played trombone for a bit, and then you are kind of like forced into that or sports. Really, at least we were. And then by the time you get to high school, then you start getting into the fun stuff. Like you have like, you can go orchestra, chamber choir. There was the jazz band, marching band, concert band.
It's crazy because I see Josh and I'm like, there ain't no way this stud right here could just be like a band kid. You know what I'm saying?
Neither was.
Like you had to be a cool band kid.
Not
Were you?
really. I mean, like my high school was
Like you look like you get all the females right now.
no.
And then like the way you don't understand the way this man carries himself, I would think that he do. You know what I'm saying? Since he was a jet, you know, but nah.
No, not really. Because like my high school was like pretty. Like at least my class, there was only maybe 150, 200 of us graduating in my
wow.
class. So yeah, like when I went, because it used to be a big school, but they like split up all the schools to the different surrounding towns. So like the stereotypical like high school cliques were like very cliquey. So like if you weren't one of like the cool popular kids, like one of the jocks, you were just like someone else. And that was me. I just had like my core group of like 5-6 friends, and that's pretty much who I hung out with, and that was it. But no, not really. I mean, I had a high school girlfriend for like off and on for like 2.5, 3 years of that. So
nice. So you would game growing up and stuff like that. I have to know, like, what were some of your like go-to games? What is the number one game when you think of like your your fondest gaming memory?
Ooh, that's hard.
What is the first one that you remember? The one that really hooked you, and you were like, yeah, whether it's a franchise, a series, like whatever.
I think the easiest answer is Call of Duty.
Yeah, yeah.
Because
Okay.
it was either that or like playing WWE with Nick and Tyler. Because like, so growing up, like I said, we didn't really get along. So anytime we would play games, it would always be them two versus me in anything.
I felt that, bro.
So like, Call of Duty, we'd be like, oh, like our dad got us a new Call of Duty game. Let's all play it or whatever. And it'd be them two against me. And I was just like, I have this one memory because it's just so funny. We were like, our parents were gone. So it's like, we would have to like sneak to play the game sometimes. Our parents were gone. And Tyler opens up the tray on the 360 and he's like, yo guys, look. And it was MW3 just come out. So we're like, oh my God, no way. We're all so excited. We get into the local lobby because it's like, didn't play online. And there's them two against me and they whoop me. I was crying and freaking out so bad. You would have thought there was like an exorcism going on.
Oh my God.
I was like flopping on the couch. Like, oh my God.
Are you proud of that, Tyler?
Absolutely. And my dad has the same mentality. If you want to get better at something, get your ass kicked over and over and over again. It's Saiyan training. That's what I called it. I'm gonna keep whooping you and whooping you and whooping you, and eventually, after enough practice, you'll get better enough, and then you'll try to put up a fight and beat me.
No one can touch me in COD right now.
Say that again, Tyler.
Super Saiyan training, right? I'm gonna keep beating you and beating you and beating you, and eventually you're gonna get fed up and try to get good. And then one day, you'll beat me. My dad did the same thing to me in Mortal Kombat. I beat him when I was 16.
I'm going to just leave that there. I'm going to let you guys wonder, why did Monty do that? That's really dope. Mm-hmm. But I feel your pain because my brother, every time I went anywhere, like when I would chill with my cousin Tony, me and my brother would go over, sleep over at their house, and it'd be the same bullshit. You know, like whether it was like we were playing like a game or like we're playing basketball or we're swimming because they had a pool. So it would be like, you know, oh, who can swim fastest, you know, and they'd always just freaking thing. Like I'd start swimming. Like I remember Tony was such an asshole, bro. We would kick off from the wall. And when we did, I'd kick and he'd grab my ankle and pull me back almost every freaking time, bro. So I feel you getting bullied. You know what I'm saying?
That's definitely how it felt. It was bad.
Are you stronger now, Gohan?
Yeah.
There we go.
I was like,
It worked.
That was like a power for you. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like,
Yeah.
Those like 3-4 years of them just bullying me in every video game we played made me like addicted to Call of Duty. Like my sophomore year, whatever year Advanced Warfare came out, I played that game 8 hours a day.
I was
For a
hooked on
year
Advanced
straight.
Warfare too, dude. That John was crazy.
Yeah, it was so bad.
Top 5 Call of Duty games for you right now. Drop them.
Number 1, easy, Black Ops 2. Easy. Well, am I ranking this based off of just like
Your personal.
my personal? All right,
Yeah.
So Black Ops 2, World at War. That's the first
Yep.
Call of Duty I really remember playing, especially like zombies and stuff.
Yep, me too.
World at War. I want to say Advanced Warfare 3. Hot take. Maybe Cold War.
Nah, I wouldn't say that's a hot take, bro.
It was. I only put that there because they revamped zombies to round based in that.
I thought Cold War was fire.
was.
That was a fun game. That was a fun game. I think that was the first multiplayer game that they implemented the field of view for consoles. Because,
Maybe.
Yeah, it might have been.
Yeah,
I'd have to go back and check
because
that,
they
but-
never had field of view, and I would always watch these like YouTube videos, and I'd see all these Call of Duty players on PC with like their field of view changed, and I'm like, what the fudge, dude?
Yeah.
It's a game changer. It really
Yeah,
is.
and that game introduced that, and I was like, let's go, bro. So yeah, I think that's anybody say that's a hot take, bro. Go hide under a rock, bro. You happen.
He just called you Patrick Starr.
Number 5.
It's gonna be a good clip.
It's gonna be a fire clip.
Number 5, man. I don't know, because like people are gonna be like, he didn't say MW2. He didn't say Black Ops 1.
What about Ghost?
Oh, you know what? Ghost might be 2.
Oh, you just changed up the whole rating.
I forgot about Ghost.
Wow.
Looking at his list, I was like, when he's gonna say Ghost? When he's gonna say Ghost?
I enjoyed Ghost.
Ghost is
Ghost
good.
is
Ghost is good.
was the Call of Duty that really got me like hooked on like trying to get good.
Yeah.
It's like that game, like the time to kill was so short, and I just like fell in love because I'm always played with like assault rifles. I just like the way they look and sound or whatever in the game. And then they had the Remington R5, that thing, 2 or 3 shots to the chest, boom. You know, that game has to be 2. And I didn't even include Modern Warfare 3 is not on there,
Nope.
2's not on there, so someone's gonna get butt hurt. But
tell him to. Never mind.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Ligma.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. Man, that's cool. So it leads me to this next question, obviously, because you know I got to Kingdom Hearts.
I actually, when I was gone over the summer, just started playing the first game.
And what's your hot take on that?
Whoa! Just started?
Just started because they put out the remasters and it was on sale, and I was like, I know I never actually played these, or I don't remember playing them, so I was just like, try it out.
So how you enjoying it?
I'm stuck.
Aw, okay.
Yeah.
All right, talk to me.
Yeah.
What's up?
So I like coasted through the game.
I'm a
I was-
scholar.
Yeah, coasted through the game pretty much, no real issues. And then I'm in the part of the game right now where you have to fight that giant shadow dude that's like in the mountain.
Chernobog.
Yeah,
One of the hardest boss fights in Kingdom Hearts 1 until
Yeah.
you get to the last boss.
Where is this?
so you know, like the area where it's like there's like a bunch of like separated islands.
Yep.
And then,
Are
like,
you
go
talking
through
about the end? Are you at the end of the game?
Yeah,
He's like,
Oh, he's at the
right
end of the
there.
world. Okay. So then all those so the freaking the guy that looks
Yeah,
like he has
the guy
like a
that, like-
spaceship or something. He's really big and stuff.
yeah, it like spits fire out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn. Okay.
So,
But you made it pretty far.
yeah, the thing I'm mad about is because I beat it, and then I was like going through after, beat him, forgot to save, so I like put it away, went back like a month later, and had to fight him again, and I was like, I can't do it. I raged. I raged fighting that guy.
Yo, so funny story, right? Kingdom Hearts 1 is the only, let me see, out of all the games, because I played all the games. Nah, Kingdom Hearts ain't the only one, but there's a few games in the series that I haven't finished. But Kingdom Hearts 1, I never finished only because the copy that I had, I borrowed from my cousin. And after I beat that dude, because I think it's after you beat him, you end up landing on like a heartless symbol, and there's a bunch of heartless, and you're just battling them off. But every time I got to that portion of the fight, towards the final boss, the game would freeze.
That's terrible.
Dude, and I was so heated, bro, every time. So I never finished that game to this day. But I ended up like, I was such a like nerd for that shit that like I watched endless YouTube videos on theories, on like all this bullshit, dude. It was crazy. I love that game so much. I love that series so much. So what is your take on the first game?
I think it's like actually great. Like I almost like any like free time I had, I was like picking it up, playing through it, and I was like trying to like get all the chests and like go back to all the worlds, get everything. This is really good. It's just like I always forget that older games are much harder than modern games. So there was a couple times where I just like wanted to throw stuff out the window.
Yeah.
But no, it was really, really good. I love the story. It's great.
You'll realize like if you continue playing the games, like I'd notice that same issue where I'd run into a stump where I'm fighting this boss, keep losing, and and then I just literally just take a break for a day, and then I come back the next day, and then I end up beating the dude. But I just think it's like I think it's very similar to how you can like get writer's block, where you're like straining your brain too much.
Yeah.
So now you can't concentrate and you're too frustrated and you're like, it's the same thing. So I noticed that would always help me. But yeah, there was a few fights in the Kingdom Hearts series where I was like, yeah, I need to take a break.
Yeah. I mean, I would also say, aside from 358 over, not 358 over 2, Birth by Sleep,
Yeah.
Kingdom Hearts 1 is probably the hardest, if not the second hardest game out of the entire franchise.
Yeah, because
So like it's rough.
Because there's a few mechanics that happened in that game that were not in that game that are present in like current games now.
Yeah.
That made it a certain like an issue. Like the camera was a big issue for like the OG like original Kingdom Hearts 2, 1 on the PS2. Like the camera sucked.
It's so bad.
Oh my god, dude! Like
It's so
you'd have to
bad.
use the triggers to move the camera.
Ooh.
Instead of just using the freaking joystick, dude. Oh my gosh, dude. And then some of the platforming mechanics, like because of the way Sora would jump and it like, there would be so many of whatever. But yeah, like that's crazy. Question, did you cry when Sora killed himself? Damn, so I must be a bitch, bro.
She stands alone on that one, man.
Yo, because that's the reason why I fell in love with that game, because it made me feel like I cried, because I didn't cry because I was like, oh my god, Sora died, but I was
Yeah.
like, I felt why he was doing it, and I was like, damn, that's good. Like that was me really understanding the story and just like really like, wow, like I've never played a game where it made me feel like that.
Yeah, you had that like level of investment in
Yeah.
the not just the character itself, but the game as a whole.
Yeah, it was like what, like when you watch those military soldiers come back.
Those get me every time.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
my
you're just
God.
watching it and you're like, yeah, this is gonna be. And
You
then
have a
start-
story about that,
Like
actually.
that's how it was for me. Like that when I saw that scene, so that's what made me
Yeah.
fall in love with the franchise.
Yeah, well, it's like when that happened, I was like there's however many more games. So in the back of my head, I was like, there's no way he's actually dead. And then you turn into like a little Heartless or whatever, and I was like, all right, I'm Sora again, just as a Heartless. I kind of just took a guess, but you know, it was like. That's why one of the reasons why I like the game so much, as far like even though I've only played the first one, is just like it's not often that I get invested in stories, but when I like take the time and sit down to really like play through a game, that game's gotten me hooked pretty bad. So
If I may.
Yeah, I was waiting. I know you were waiting.
I
to say
actually
something.
just figured out something.
Go ahead.
I think I've actually played the very beginning of the first Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah.
I think I have, because like there's some things about Kingdom Hearts that always like I'm like, why haven't I ever tried it?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I did. And I'm pretty sure I rage quit within the first scene because of the camera.
that's valid.
I could
It's
see that.
possible.
I can just be
see
like,
that.
oh, okay, this game's a piece of crap.
Boom. Yeah.
Never
it was
gonna touch it again.
The camera turned them off. That's crazy.
I think that actually happened, because I do remember rage quitting at a game just because the camera wasn't moving like how I thought it should.
We struck like a moment for him. He was like,
Dude,
Yeah, I
like,
saw it in his eyes. He looked at me and he's like, I think I played this.
right?
that's funny, man. So, okay, cool. So we talked about your video games. We got a little bit about your how you grew up. You guys don't got to get into much detail, but I'm very curious. How was like, and you already brought up that all three of you guys didn't really have much of a good relationship, like growing up between the brothers. But like now that I see you guys now, right? I would have never thought that, right? But like, how was it between y'all specifically? Because like there was 3 kids growing up in my household, and me and my little sister would always like be closer than me and my older brother. You know what I'm saying? So like we had that little connection there comparatively. Was it ever like that with y'all, or like did you have it with Nick, or did you have it with Nick?
So I'll let you lead off on that.
Yeah. So I mean, I guess for me, I mean, it was just like they were always like when we were younger, like they were always closer together than I was. So when I was growing up, it always felt like I was just like trying to like fit in a little bit. 'Cause I mean, like they were older, like they have different interests, they're in different spots in their life. So it's like they were doing other things like I couldn't. So like they would go hang out with their friends. They'd be like, "Oh, I want to go hang out with them," and then it's just like, "No, like go away. You're just a little kid." which makes sense. But it's like, I think that the real confrontation got more apparent as we came into like when they were in like high school and stuff, and when our dad was deployed the first time, that's when like we were arguing, and like there's like I punched my other brother in the face one time, and it was just like stupid stuff.
Yeah.
I look back at it now, and I was just like, there's dumb arguments, like stupid things to get mad over, and now it's just like I don't know why. Like when I have kids, like I don't want that to happen because like
Right.
enjoy your brothers and sisters, whoever, when you have them as kids.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah. What about?
Yeah, so I mean, like, we never answered it before, but there's about a like 5-year gap between me and Josh, 2 years between me and Nick, and it's like a roughly 5 between me and Josh. So like, I'm the oldest of the 3. When we were growing up, like Nick and I, we were both into wrestling. We played games together. Like a lot of the 2-player things, that was me and Nick's jam. So like, yeah, like definitely having Josh be a lot younger was kind of like the third wheel for a lot of stuff. But looking back, and it's probably around the time of my dad's second deployment, I was in I think my junior year of high school. Or it was supposed to be my junior year of high school. I did my junior year twice. Is started around the time when like Josh and I started to kind of, it was sort of the boiling point. Like we would argue about dumb stuff. Like he would make like wise comments, and I would jump on his case because like it was my mom, the 2 younger brothers. So it's like I kind of had to step up.
Yeah.
So, and I think that was a point of contention when we were growing up, is that I kind of had a parental role without having any of the actual parental like authority. So I would try to shut a lot of shit down, and sometimes it would happen, sometimes it wouldn't. But yeah, around the time of that second deployment, I was probably 17. So you were like what, 12, 13, around there?
Yeah, as I was a sophomore. Yeah, end of my sophomore year when he came back.
Yeah, because that's when Nick graduated.
Yeah.
So yeah, there was a boiling point. There was a big fight. I remember it. There was this huge like blowout. He had said some nonsense thing, and I got up on him. It was like we were nose to nose, and I was just knife hand chopping him in the face.
Yeah.
And then after that, there was more common ground that we were able to find like with each other. Which ironically, part of that was like gaming and music and anime, specifically Naruto.
Yeah.
That was one of the first things that he came in. He was like, "What is that?" And I was like, "Oh, it's a show, whatever." Which is ironic. It was Naruto because 2 of the characters from the show very much describe us growing up.
Interesting.
So for anyone who watches Naruto, Itachi and Sasuke are very much the relationship we had of like the looming kind of a-hole older brother and the younger brother who's like, "I'm gonna F you up."
Yeah.
Every second it's like, "I'm gonna get you one day." Until one day just kind of like there was a realization point that like we should probably be taking care of each other instead of trying to rip each other apart.
Right.
And it's been chill since then.
That's
pretty much.
That's
Naruto
dope,
brought
right?
us together.
Hell yeah. You got anything to say on that?
I mean, like, I think that's beautiful. It's like the exact opposite of what happened to me.
Yeah. I keep telling kid it's gonna happen, dude. Like, that's a conversation for another time. But I think that is so cool. And before we kind of like segue to like your music, because I really want to talk about your music. I also want to talk about the military background and stuff. What is y'all's like, since you guys started, looking at, family and life that way, what is your biggest, like most fondest memory right now that y'all have with each other?
I think I have mine. I want to have him answer. And I want to see if it matches, just for giggles.
I like that.
Yeah, I think I have mine too. So mine is probably, so going back to the Naruto thing, obviously like Itachi and Sasuke have like their Sharingan or whatever. So we both got their respective, like I got Sasuke's Mangekyo Sharingan on my chest, and he got Itachi's. And that was kind of like our thing, because like Naruto, like realistically, really was the thing that like brought us together, because it gave us one like something that we both had an interest in. But it's like I started like seeing that stuff, in our relationship, and then that brought more like, oh, like what else, like what other animes are you watching, like, oh, there's Naruto games too, so it was like just like a snowball.
It bled into other
Yeah.
That's so
parts
cool.
of y'all's lives and stuff.
Yeah.
That's funny because I feel like that's the same thing that happened with me and my brother. Because right now, me and my brother are kind of going through that healing stage too, because we had the same deal, and it was really pro wrestling for us. That kind of brought us together. Because growing up, like out of everything else, the only thing we ever bonded over was pro wrestling. So it was always WWE stuff, always like video games, toys, all that stuff. And then I started getting really into the wrestling scene, and then doing what I've been able to do now. And then him coming out to support, and then obviously life experiences that I ended up having because I was very stubborn and stuff like that. And just understanding that, like, yeah, we shouldn't be this way. You know, he has kids, I have kids now. You know, I don't want us to have a separated family the way that we grew up, you know? So I think that's so dope. Tyler, would your memory match that?
It doesn't, but that's a good one. Because it, like he says, it does bleed in a lot, and
Yeah.
I'm sure this was probably a close second. One of probably my most fondest memory of us together is the show that we played for Drew. So
Yeah, that's probably the second one.
my aunt's boyfriend was like, "Hey, you do music. We're doing like a comedy act routine, whatever, blah blah blah." They're like, "We just need an opener." And it was me and my buddy Dallas. So like, yeah, we'll just do a 2-piece, man, whatever, not a big deal. And that's when Josh was like, "Hey, I want to start learning guitar." We had a month to prep for this show. So we picked 7 songs, ended up playing 5 of them, and he learned every single song on this set.
Wow.
But there was a lot of this like practicing out in the cabin, hanging out with like Josh, my buddy Dallas. That's the first time he ever freestyled too, was during these
Nice.
training sessions.
Nice.
But there's a picture that we have of us in the bathroom before the show, because what started off as like an opener ended up being moved to the quote unquote headline because everyone else bailed.
Wow. That's fire.
So we got bumped up the card and like, okay, this is showtime. Like we have to go and do what we do. And that for me was a kind of like a turning point, like for the entire relationship together. I was like, yeah, this is my brother now, not just like the annoying, 5-year-old younger than me dude that lives in the same house.
Right. That's so dope. And then the follow-up question to that before we get into the music was, what advice would both of y'all give to somebody like going through something that similar with their own siblings right now? You know, if any, like for any listeners or viewers, that may go through that same situation, or like how could they handle it? What would you say to them?
You first.
I'm still thinking.
There's
I have like a lot of things I'm trying to put it into.
there was a
one.
lot of quiet right there.
I'd be coming in with heavy hitters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'll let you think about it for a second. But speaking from personal experience, sometimes you have to listen more than you act or than you speak. And I will say sometimes you have to just butt heads as hard as you physically can. There's been 3 experiences in my life where I thought like my personal relationship with someone was just done. And then we got to that boiling point and it was creamy after that. Totally okay.
I believe that. I feel like sometimes that is needed. Sometimes you have to let out those frustrations, because I think that it's a big part in communication. In every relationship. You're gonna have those moments, but it's normal. It doesn't mean it's like, oh, that's it, F you, we're done, whatever. It's okay, this is how I'm feeling. Okay, this is how you're feeling. Okay, what can we do to, make sure that we don't make each other feel this way or something. So yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, I guess I would say from like being the perspective of a younger brother, probably that to understand that everyone is like every single person on this planet is going through their own unique experience and has their own set of like emotions, feelings, and experiences, whatever they're going through in their life, and don't hold grudges. That's what I did a lot. I'm gonna get emotional.
It's all good, bro.
Damn. That's what I did when I was younger. I was like, there was a point where I felt just like a total outcast. But that was just like me being young and not really like realizing like they have their own stuff going on. It's like, understand that what people may be doing is not out of malice and just out of what they have going on in their own lives. So that's what I would say.
Yeah.
Well said.
Oh yeah, that got me a little, because I felt like it was the same thing for me, dude. I think that's why me and you kind of like really like connect and vibe the way that we do. Because I was very stubborn in my shit. I went through a lot of bullshit, bro. A lot of people told me to not do a lot of things, and I just, even knowing, it got to a point where at first they were telling me and I didn't know, and then they continued to tell me, and then I knew, but I was choosing not to do it, so, and I was doing that for a while, and that's what burned a lot of my bridges, and I had to like reflect on, all right, what am I doing here? Like, I need to be serious, I need to do this because, you're not gonna, you can't do it alone, as much as everybody wants to do it alone. You can't. You need to have a team. You need to have a foundation. You need to have a support system. And some people just go through life where they don't ever understand that. They don't ever put those pieces together, and they just feel that they're alone for the rest of their lives, and that's that, and they choose that at that point. But I was happy that I got to experience a lot of the stuff that I experienced young. So that it put me in this mindset at where I'm at, you know what I'm saying? And I think that is really big of you to even be able to say that. Because how old are you now?
Just turned 24 last month.
Yeah, so it's like we're around the same age. So it's just like your experience. I feel like you've realized that at the time you needed to realize that, because there's people that are like 28, 29, 30 that are still holding on to those shits, holding on to those grudges. I held on to so many grudges. And, life's too short for that.
Yeah, it really is.
This year, I experienced the most death in my whole life this year. And that was like a real eye-opener for me. So I just think that, like, yeah, don't hold grudges, people. Don't hold grudges. And I think that's really big of you, man. And I love you, bro. Just so you know. All right. That's cool, man. So with that being said, let's talk about music, man. Because I'm pretty sure going through all that stuff, music must have played a part to help you get through it, right?
Yeah. Totally.
So like, what was your biggest inspirations once you decided to like really tap into that?
Yeah. So I mean, when I first started, I just started just like writing like, I don't know, like just poetry in a notebook pretty much. And then it was about the same time I started getting into more rap music, because I didn't grow up really listening to rap because our dad is like super into 80s stuff. So
yeah,
grew up listening to like Def Leppard and like AC/DC and all that stuff. So inspirations like NF was a big one, because it was just like on Pandora, you might like stations or whatever. I had to put a radio on. He just came up and I heard Mansions.
I know it.
And I heard that song and I was like, whoa.
Yeah, that whole album right there,
that
was
album,
serious.
That album is the one that, like, because when I started making music, I just wanted to do rap because I heard that song. I was like, I want to be a rapper, make hip hop music too. So that album, I have most of his albums on CD or vinyl. Like
that's
like,
dope. That's so fire.
Like at this point in time, I have bigger inspirations, but he is like the one that
OG.
started everything else for me. So
what's top 5 NF songs?
So number 1 for me now is Drifting. So it's probably Drifting, Mansions. Remember This, if that's what, I can't remember if that's the name of the song. Dreams is a really good one. And then maybe Intro 2. Or any of the intros could take the last spot.
Yeah, honestly.
They're all insane.
Yeah, his wordplay is crazy, bro. And like his rawness is like crazy, because he hits it with like such a like he hits it with such a like such a like not basic or like basic flow, but like the way that he puts his word schemes together, it's kind of crazy, because it only sounds right if it comes from him. I feel like if anybody else tried to rap the way that NF raps with his wordplay and the scheme, it just wouldn't work.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of that has to do with his passion and how he like feels his lyrics. But like, yeah, I think NF is still to this day one of the most underrated rappers in the game, and I think that just happens to be because of how like stern he is on staying in the relatable, category and real music category, where he's not doing it for the streams, he's not doing it for the likes or all that stuff. He's doing it because he wants to positively impact people and show people that I've gone through this stuff too, and even with that, he's been hella successful. You just don't see it, and that's because he doesn't decide to go mainstream, like take the mainstream route and do the stuff that mainstream artists would do typically.
Yeah.
So was it just that? Were you gonna say something good?
I just got a question for you.
Go ahead.
Do I know any of this guy's
Yeah,
songs?
yeah. Warm up.
That's a good one.
Warm up. The what's the name of that track? We were listening to it a lot in the summer, I think of last year. It was like I have the hook on the tip of my head. Hold on. You might just see me in the same clothes.
Motto.
Yeah.
Motto.
Got
That's the
you.
motto.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
that's
okay.
enough.
Got you. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm not very familiar with a lot of artists.
You see, this is the perfect example of what I was telling you guys. You're like, oh, well, you're making me feel bad because you love this guy so much. But I'm like, you see, there's stuff that I relate to with him, but then like I can have this conversation with him and he knows exactly what I'm talking about. He knows the vibes I'm talking about when I'm trying to describe to John. You know what I'm saying? I can't have that with Kid. And it's not because I'm like, damn, I can't hang or love Kid because he can't have this conversation with me. But it's like, hey,
I just wish that you
it's,
would
it's just as
educate me.
strong. It's just as strong.
educate
You
me a
don't
little bit.
ask.
We're literally in the car all the time.
But you don't ask.
and you play your music, and I'm just
Like,
like,
I'm just
"All right,
supposed
cool."
to drop a whole lesson. Okay, yo, Kid, did you just hear those 3 bars?
Yo.
PS4 went into sleep mode.
I got it. Hold on.
Go turn it on.
Yeah, come on.
I got
Show me
there
the
we
light,
go.
baby.
Hey.
And Monty said, "Let there be light."
Monty said I was scared.
Yeah, no,
That's what you said. Legit,
Maybe.
the words out of your mouth.
maybe.
I did hear that.
Yo, you supposed to be my dog, bro.
My fault. I still heard it.
I know. I did too.
Oh, Tyler heard it too.
I didn't hear nothing.
Good man.
He's alive.
But yeah, what were we talking about? Oh yeah. About how much I love this man when I can talk about rapping, bro.
Yeah, that's all you got to do is start talking about it. Literally, I don't know what to ask. Like, if
But
you're
that's the
like,
thing, though,
this
like-
flow is so
That's the thing, though, like-
great, and I'd just be like, at that point, I'd be like, okay, why?
Because I'm in a setting at that point where I don't want to be, yo, okay, here's a whole freaking lesson of what I'm about to describe to you. No, it's just like, if, man, those bars were so far. Yeah, did you like how he put this word together and hit it like that with this scheme? Yo, how fast he did. Yo, he said this, that, and the third. Yeah, bro, that's the type of conversation I'm trying to have.
I want to learn.
Do some independent research, man.
The thing is, he doesn't ask. Don't expect people to do stuff, guys. Ask. If you want it, ask. Life lesson, baby. Gang, gang.
Can we cuddle?
Chicken wing. No.
I asked.
And you got an answer.
I did.
But that's for an action, bro. You're not asking to learn anything.
That's an action as
He's
well.
like,
No, you're asking for a physical action, bro. You're asking, but the other way, you're like, oh, what is this? You're telling me to verbally explain something to you.
maybe he wants to learn how to cuddle.
Yeah, I bet you got good cuddling skills.
But he said, do you want to cuddle? He said, oh, can you teach me how to cuddle? And if you need to be taught how to cuddle,
you ain't a good cuddler to begin with.
do something with your life.
Won't, won't.
Do something with your life.
But yeah, so you have music out now, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so first of all, drop those plugs. Let them people know where you could drop your music.
Cool. So every streaming platform, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon, Pandora, all like the major streaming platforms. Just my name, Joshua Burpee. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. I'm working on an album right now, halfway through all the initial mixings and recording all that stuff. So yeah, hopefully December, January timeframe, I'll have the whole album out. So
Hell yeah,
album
man.
number 2.
Right on, dude. I'm working on EP3. I don't want to do albums. I just want to do
It's a
little
lot of
short,
work.
small little projects. That's what I like. I like EPs. I have one EP on only YouTube, then the Rebirth EPs on Spotify and all that, and then I'm working on one now. I have the intro and the outro done, and I'm working with the in betweens. I'm deciding if I want to do 4 or 5 songs. Yeah, so
That's dope.
hell yeah, dude. So, what is the favorite song that you have out of all of them that you've written? For me, it's 100 Degrees. 100 Degrees is one of my favorite songs, hand down, from what I've made. What is yours?
See, it's hard because like the music that I make is really kind of indicative of like where I've been in my different points of life.
Yeah.
But I think when I say overall, man, it's like 'cause there's so many that I could just like go to because I like how they sound, but then I have to like which ones mean the most to me. I think it's not even a song. I did a spoken word on my album that released a year and a half ago maybe. So I mean, I guess it is a song because there is like instrumentals in the background. But it was just like one night I was just like, you know, in your feelings, like everyone has those nights, or whatever. And I just started like typing stuff out in my notes on my phone to kind of just like, you know, work through what I was going through.
Right.
And then the next morning I was like looking at it and I was like, you know, let me put like something behind this. And it turned out to be one of my favorite things to recorded. So.
Hell yeah, bro. That's fire, bro. What would you say is some of your what is your favorite song from what your brother made? Because I know he be listening to it. Like everybody should do what Ty does, right? Because like his brother makes music and he listens to his music and he puts over his brother's music and he like just supports it, you know, like
support your friends, it's free.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I ain't dropped anything in a couple years, but like, but like, dude, when I was doing it regularly, bro, not even my closest homies was like, yo, this is fire, bro. Yo, put on one of your Johns. Nah, bro, never that. I've been around people where they're like, Josh, put on that one song that you made. Never in my life, never since I started making music has anybody told me. They were like, yo, Monty, throw on that one track. Throw on that. Kid has.
Thank
okay?
you.
But I'm talking about when I was like doing it. When I was doing it. You know what I'm saying? Like I do more rapping as a pastime now because of how time consuming speaking into existence, how time consuming pro wrestling is. So right now, because I'm hurt, I've been writing, you know, so I'm like, okay, cool. But like when I was doing it, not one person was like, yo, Monty, throw on that one track that you made. Psych. And then you know what's the shit that pisses me off the most, actually? You know, because I would try to show people songs, bro, and like I'd show people songs. I'd be like, yo, check this out. And while it's playing, when I ask you to listen to a song, I don't want to hear nothing come out of your mouth.
This is facts.
I don't want to hear nothing come out of your mouth. I don't want you to be like, yo, that was real good, man. Yeah, man. So what are you thinking? The song's still playing, bro. The song's still playing. The hook come back. They listen to the verse. This is what would happen 9 times out of 10. Song starts. They're like, oh, all right, boom. Okay, the hook come in or the chorus come in. They're like, all right, boom. The verse come in. They're like, oh, okay, boom. When the hook or chorus come in again, and I have 2 verses in that jar, they start talking. And I'm like, yo, listen. You know, like that's all. And even if it's not my music either, like if I'm just like, if I just found a really good song and I'm like, yo, can I show you this track? Like, what do you think? And then they start talking while it's playing. I'm like, bro,
It's disrespectful.
Even worse when someone.
I'm so happy I'm not like the only one that thinks that, bro, because that happened almost like 9 times out of 10. And that almost made me want to just quit. You know, because I'm like, bro, I'm trying to pursue something dope. Like there's so many people that are out there and they're like, yeah, I make music, and you're ass, but none of your people want to tell you that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's facts, bro. It's facts. There's so many people I've met, and this is not even me like talking trash. Like, this is just straight facts. There's so many people I've met that have told me, yo, I rap, and I'm like, word, cool, let me hear you. And I do the respectful thing, and I listen to the whole song. I don't say a word. And the problem is people, for some goddamn reason, can't take constructive criticism. So when I say, I wasn't too big on that, they get butthurt. And they're like, what you know? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, bro, I don't know much, but I know that my sound sounds way better than your sound. Like, I'm sorry, bro. You know, and like, it's so bad, bro. But then those people are the people that get all the clout too. I'm like, people are just motherfudgers, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. Quick little rant there, money rant. Yeah. So you're working on the album. All that. Do you have a name for the album?
No, not yet.
How was the process for you, like coming up with a name for a project?
I guess it kind of depends on what the project ends up being. Like my first one was just like, it was a whole bunch of songs that I didn't know what to do with. So I just put them all in an order I thought made sense. And then when I was listening to them, I was like, because that album has like the intro is a 3.5 minute, just like straight like bars the whole time. And then the next song after that's pop punk. And then it's pop punk. And then it's like, you know, like a slow jam guitar song. And then it's pop punk. And then it's spoken word. And then, so I was like, listen to this. And I was like, none of this makes sense. It's a roller coaster. So I named the album Roller Coaster. But this one is like where I'm at now. Because I started this almost 2 years. It'll be 2 years in December that I started. I went to the studio to record the first song for this. It's pretty much like a whole bunch of like emotions and stuff that I've been holding on to. And then as I'm like recording these and like refining them, like letting go. So it's kind of like a for me album. Like once I release this, I'm like letting go of everything that I wrote about. So
I feel like sometimes that's a very good, like, healthy exercise to do. You know, that's so dope, man. Because for me, sometimes I try to come in with an idea. Sometimes I don't even have a name, or if I have a name, I already know it's just a placeholder name.
Yeah,
you know. And then while I start to write more songs and see how the flow is going, then I'm like, okay, I noticed that this song is kind of in this vibe. This song is kind of in this vibe. I think about names that are in that vibe, and I think about my life and what I want to do even before I go into a project. So like when I had Rebirth, I already knew right off rip what the scheme was. Yeah. And the idea. So I kind of molded the songs around the title.
Okay, sure.
9 times out of 10, I just start freestyle. I hear a beat that I like, and then I just start freestyling. And then maybe if there's like a few bars that I freestyle, I'm like, oh shoot, that was pretty fire. Write that down, and I go from there.
Yeah.
And then I just kind of vibe it out. Sometimes I notice that sometimes I tend to like kind of go all over the place when I start rapping. It's hard for me to stay in one like specific topic. But I think overall when I do like EPs, I kind of do it that way so that if you listen to it from beginning to end, there's a correlating like story. There's something that you could tell, like from the beginning, I was feeling this way, to the end, I was feeling this way.
Yeah.
And I put like a dumb thought into it, and like people wouldn't even know. Like there's bars that I drop that go over so many people's heads, and I'm like, you guys are dumb, you know? But at the same time, I'm like, wait, you know, you haven't lived my experiences. So like, I think this is a fire metaphor or pun because of something that I physically seen or lived. Doesn't mean that you have, you know, understand that, you know? So it's just like, then that's where those questions come in. That's why I like talking to people that like ask questions about bars, because then they're like, or if I get a chance to like break each, I want to do that, you know, like take a song and just break it bar by bar and like give like full blown explanations onto the bars and like why I said it the way that I said it or stuff like that.
That'd be a good way to release like this next EP.
Yeah.
Just to go ahead and take one of those songs and break it down on the pod.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Just to jump in, when Josh released Issues with Myself, there was it 1 or 2 YouTubers that did it?
It's 3.
There was 3. Oh, my bad. But they did reactions to it, and one of the dudes was like bar by bar breaking it down. And we don't have to backtrack all the way back to the top 3, but one of my 3 is Issues with Myself because of the wordplay in that song. That has some of like the best stuff in it out of his entire like catalog.
Yeah, that song has probably one of my top 3 like craziest wordplays I've ever written.
Hell yeah, I love that.
Yeah,
that's so dope. And I'm so pissed because we're already hitting the 1 hour mark here. And we ain't even touch base on you know, your military background and stuff. And I don't want you to brush through that, but you have to promise me that you're gonna be back on the pod. Because
Pinky promise right now.
like straight up.
Pinky promise.
No, I will. Yeah.
Yeah.
You got a pinky
Give
promise.
me
on
that pinky.
Yes.
Hey.
There we go.
Yeah. You guys saw it. It's gonna be on YouTube out in the world. Hold him to it. Hold him accountable.
Well, I have to now. It's on
Right.
camera.
You all know his first and last name.
Right.
Yeah.
So, but I'm really excited because Ty was there with me when I made the track. And I kind of want to like show you the track live right now. And
Let's
kinda
do it.
Get your like opinion on it. And see what you do. We have the auxiliary cable.
Yeah.
Go grab it.
Kid should have
That's
it.
right over there, right? It's
over there?
still in the box, right?
I think it should be.
The box is right there. Yeah, try it.
That's always
the
like
phone's right there, yeah.
It's always like the hardest part about recording music is like even if I go back to like listen to stuff that I've done for like inspiration or whatever, I'll like listen to it and I was like, man, I should have done this or this different. And the song's been out for like 3 years, 4 years.
Yeah.
So that's like at least for me the hardest part about recording and releasing music is I don't ever feel like they're done.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, I feel like I'm a perfectionist sometimes.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, put it up. So YouTube, y'all get the exclusive right here near the end of the pod. Let me know what y'all think.
Really fine, right? Want me lay the pipe tight. Can't be chasing limelight. Viewing things in hindsight. Smelling blood in the water. Something like a great white. About to go off and just murk it. Y'all already know that we put in the work in. Making these sacrifices, but it's worth it. Trying to go off, but the bird is hurting. Taking these L's, but I'm still learning. Brody a junkie, but he's still serving. Feeling like swerve, but I'm not swerving. Brody a bird for the way he chirping. It's so blurry. Lately just been in a hurry. Making these plans and I'm shooting like Curry. Couldn't come back from the way that she heard me, but lately been deep in the journey. I turn to my girl when I'm feeling the worries. I'm coming to terms with the things that are dirty. I'm seeing these ops and giving no mercy. I know it.
Damn.
Is I.
So, no, that was dope.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'll be honest. I was kind of getting a little bit lost up until that Great White, and then I was like sucked right back in. And I was like, whoa, because I was just like trying to listen for stuff, and then that hit, and I was like,
Yeah.
yeah, no, that was dope.
Yeah, man. Thank you. Let me know in the comment section down below, guys, what y'all think about that track. You can tell me if it's ass, bro, because I always think all my stuff. I think I'm a trash wrestler. I think I'm a trash artist. I think, yeah, you know, that's just me. You know, I gotta stay humble. You know what I'm saying? I can't give into that stuff. You know, I don't want to get a big head. But if you enjoyed it, I hope you enjoyed it too. You know, on some real shit. But yeah, so that's some minor stuff I was cooking. You know, can I show you one more?
Oh, please tell me.
Can I
you're
show
gonna do
him one more? Yeah, it's the one he really likes this one. This one's really fire
that
though.
good.
I kind of did this one.
it. All right, cool.
You guys are getting lucky right now,
Right?
You guys are getting. I might even cut this. I may even cut this from the pod. You don't know.
I'm surprised I remembered most of the words to that song.
Yeah. I'm gonna run it.
There you
down.
go.
Crazy.
Yeah.
I be waiting. All these little haters, yo, they straight instigating. Making money moves, working up from the pavement. Can never be complacent. Anemic with the flow, leave you frozen in amazement.
That's facts. Busting in a trap, scraping up the cash. We was trying to make it last. Shorty wanna move slow, but I've been moving fast. Memories of our past, yo, I've turned them into ash.
Let's get it. I've been running a business, can't pay no mind and no critics. Asking the Lord for forgiveness. Living this life ain't no gimmick. I got a story to finish. My drive cannot be diminished. Breaking these records, no Guinness. Ain't got no time just to kick it. Watch how we pushing the limits. Remember pushing the Civic. I can't go back to those days. Only the real gon' fit this. I can't be stuck in my ways. Then survival, you finished. I can't be running away. Hoping the Lord gon' hear this, yeah.
Oh,
Yes,
I love that
yes.
one so much.
That was really good.
That is something else. No, I'm just kidding. I'm about to give
tell
him
the
the
story
whole,
on that
about to
one,
give him
though.
the whole thing.
Tell him the story on that one.
It's actually funny though. That wasn't even supposed to be the original instrumental that I wrote it to.
Really?
Yeah, like we had a hiccup when we got to the studio on just trying to transfer over the instrumental, and like he couldn't get it for some reason. So then we just looked through a whole bunch of different instrumentals, and then we just found this one, and then I recorded it, and then I did it one time, and I was just like, Pounder was like, "Yo, I know you could go harder than that," and I was like, and then when they hit record, bro, and I just started doing that take.
That was all one take.
I remember the exact quote that he used for you. he looks at Monty and he just shrugs his shoulders and he goes, well, I mean, if that's the energy you want to bring,
that pissed me off, bro.
It can be that.
Me off, bro.
It can be that, and then Monty just goes, "Bet, run it again."
Yeah,
I was like, "We about to watch some magic unfold here."
Yo, don't doubt my skills, son. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't like to talk that I'm good, but like, I know, but then when someone like Pounder knows exactly what to say to get the right thing out of you, you know what I'm saying? That's why I love going to him, bro. But yeah, that was a vibe, man. I never forget that day, man. That was a movie for sure. But yeah, so just little sneak peeks of what I got cooking up. Again, check out Joshua Burpee right there. We'll have it in the description down below. Big ups to everybody on YouTube, yo. Straight up, we gained 10 subscribers.
Whoa!
Right. We were at 12. Now we at 22 or 23 now. Actually, it's probably going up. As I'm talking right now. No, I'm just kidding. We ain't that popping yet.
But do it anyways.
Yeah, make sure you guys share and all that good stuff. Like, comment, subscribe. Make sure I got it all up in there. Put it up on screen. All that good jazz. But we have to sadly start wrapping it up, man. I feel like I could go another like 3 hours here.
Yeah, it's a great conversation.
Because we only got 2 hours on the pod.
I mean, that's true.
Got 2 hours on the memory right now.
We're working on it.
But we're definitely gonna get you back on here, man.
Yeah,
definitely get
let me
both of y'all back. I mean, you almost here every other week, man. At this point, but yeah, Josh is a gem, so it's hard to get him. Again, man, thank you so much for coming on here, bro.
Yeah, thank you so much for inviting me.
Like, dude, I love you, bro. Straight up, all love, always, bro. Always. This is the mother guy, bro. The guy, man.
I'm just a guy.
Nah. He's him. He's him. We ain't even get into all the stories, man. We ain't even get into any real good stories.
Some of that's you're gonna get y'all banned.
I know. I know. But with that being said, kid, you know the deal.
Well, you can find me on the Instagram, the Facebook, the X/Twitter. That's ProResKidV. That is Res as in wrestling. And on the TikTok as Red_Head_J. Hit him up, Monty.
You can find me on the Instagram, the Facebook, the TikTok. That's Monty Aries, MANIARIEZ, baby. And on the X/Twitter, it's Aries_Monty with a S. You can find the neighborhood. That's both of us right there on Instagram for the number 4, the neighborhood, THA neighborhood. Okay, and on Facebook.
Easy.
How many times I got?
Oh boy.
Okay.
Oh no.
Listen to me. I can't change the from THAEA. You see how much
You're frustrating him, guys.
You're frustrated. I'm flabbergasted, guys. I'm flabbergasted. But it's Facebook, the neighborhood, THE. Neighborhood. I don't even know where I'm at right now.
Oh boy.
The neighborhood on the Facebook, man, with an E, not an A. And on the X/Twitter, PW neighborhood, bro. Vaughn, drop your plugins, brother.
Yo, you can find me on Facebook, Jason Vaunt, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter/X, high_velocity_JV.
Josh, my guy.
You can find me on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook at I'm Just Josh B, and on Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon, all the streaming platforms at Joshua Burpee.
Yes, sir, man. So make sure you show a lot of
love and energy.
And with any situation that comes your way, approach it with one motto, 2 goals. That's show up and show out. Yes, sir.